The Real McCoys, starring Walter Brennan, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the Real McCoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, who beams with joy since he may take Mrs. Luke McCoy. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. Oh, Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the Real McCoys.
I will get the big pitchfork and we'll do it faster.
Good. That little cuss sure can work when he wants to, can't he?
Yeah, there ain't nobody can touch Pepino when he feels like working. The only trouble is he don't feel like working often enough.
Well, you ought to be used to that by now.
When Pepino's in love, he's happy, and he works hard. When he ain't in love...
He don't earn his keep. Now, if he was to settle down and get serious with some gal and get married, he'd be one of the best farm hands in the whole valley.
Oh, Grandpa, I don't think Pepino's got any stomach for settling down just yet. You know, it seems like them young Latin fellas, they always got lots of different gals on their minds.
Yeah.
You know, it must be that hot food they eat. Maybe them tamales.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. It's some kind of vitamins that we don't know nothing about.
Well, I think the best thing we can do, Grandpa, is just take Pepino for what he is and be glad we got him.
Yeah.
Well, I better get out and finish slopping the hog.
All right, Luke. Hey, Pepino.
Si, senora.
Here, sit yourself down a minute. I want to talk to you. Who's the girl you're going with now?
Rosita Lopez, the most wonderful, lovely, beautiful girl in the whole world. I love her with all my heart.
With a love like that, you oughtn't to let nothing bust it up. I'd follow right through on that.
Senor Grandpa, I know what you're thinking. When I am in love, I work hard.
Never entered my mind. All I was thinking of was your happiness.
You know what, Senor Grandpa? I think I propose to Rosita.
Propose?
See?
And get married?
See? Someday.
Someday? Why someday? Why not now? What are you waiting for? Hop in the car and get into town. What's the question?
It's too soon. She only knows me 2 weeks. Very few guys like me right away. I am the sort of a fellow you gotta get used to.
Where's this Rosita at?
She works at the chili parlor, but she comes from a very wealthy family.
And so?
See, her Uncle Lopez owns 4 cows, and they say his bank account runs into the hundreds.
Real society. Now, Pepino, there ain't but one way for you to find out how Rosita feels about you. And that's to go down there and propose to her right now.
You really think so?
Oh, of course.
All right, I do it now.
Yeah, the boy, Pepino, and I'll be waiting home to hear the news. Good luck, son.
Thank you, senora.
And one more thing, Pepino. If you get married, you get you a dandy wedding present. A brand new pitchfork.
Paul, will you quit fidgeting?
What time is it now, Luke?
It's about 2 minutes later than the last time you asked me, Grandpa.
It's 8:30. Can't figure out what's taking him so long.
Well, Grandpa, he's proposing to a young lady. It's probably taking him a little time to lead up to it.
You got something to say, you say it. You want to get hitched, all right, that's all.
Grandpa, you know you can't do it that way.
Oh, when Luke proposed to you, he left at 7. He's back in the house 10 minutes past. Engagement all made, wedding date all set.
Yeah, well, that was different, Grandpa. You see, I was proposing to a girl that was just panting to marry me.
Luke McCoy.
Yeah, Sugar Babe?
That's a line, you know it.
Yeah, I guess it is at that. You see, the truth is, Grandpa, I didn't really propose at all. I just kneeled down to tie my shoelace, and before I could get up, she said, I accept.
Well, say something. Don't just stand there.
I want you to meet my future wife, Rosita Lopez.
Congratulations, Pepino. I knowed you could do it.
Este es el señor Grandpa, esta es la señora Kate, y este es el señor Luke.
Mucho gusto en conocerlos.
She doesn't speak English.
We're very happy for both of you.
See? We wish you the best of everything.
Pepino, I know you weren't no good at shucking corn, but you sure are humdinger at picking peaches. Say, why don't you wheel out some of the siding and we do a little celebrating, huh?
All right.
Come on in.
What's going on? Who's she?
Oh, well, that's Rosita. Pepino's getting married.
What's he want to do that for?
Well, because because he's in love with her, that's why.
Well, I thought he was always in love with Conchita. ¿Qué fue lo que dijo el niño? ¿Quién es Conchita?
Mi abuela.
Why don't you go to bed, little Luke?
Might as well. Nothing happening here.
Well, when's the wedding, Pepino?
Next week, I hope. Rosita sent a telegram to her Uncle Lopez with the good news. He lives in Ensenada, just over the border. Maybe he sent us a beautiful wedding present.
Yeah.
Well, help yourself, everybody.
Oh, it looks good. Yeah. How about a toast, Grandpa?
Oh, sure thing. Pepino, here's to you and Rosita. May you always be pulling in double harness.
Senor
You know, Pepino, we've been thinking about moving you in from the barn and fixing up the tool shed for you and Rosita.
Yeah, they'll make a real nice little cottage for you.
Oh, I'm going to help Rosita with the curtains and everything.
Gracias.
And you know, Pepino, a fella that wants to work from 5 in the morning till 6 at night, well, he likes to have a nice place to come home to.
Grandma, can I talk to you? It is very important.
Sure. We'll go out in the kitchen. I need a little more siding anyways.
Senor Grandpa, first I want to thank you for everything.
That's all right, Pepino. I just hope that Rosita knows how lucky she is getting the best girl done farmhand in the valley.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that because I have to ask you for a raise.
A raise?
Now that I'm getting married, I need more money.
Somebody's been tampering with your siding.
Well, Senor
You
Grandpa.
know the way things is. We can't give you no raise right now.
Well,
Maybe a year or 6 months from now, yes, if things picks up.
Well, I guess I just have to take the job in town. Well, Senor Grandpa, I would rather work for you, but I know they need help at the cannery. I can get more money there.
Why, you pitiful excuse for a farmhand. The only reason I keep you around is because I'm so soft-hearted.
Well, you just said I was the best farmhand in the valley.
Well, what if I did? You have to believe everything every Tom, Dick, and Harry tells you?
I don't want to leave you, Senor Grandpa, but I will have a wife to support.
Well, why do you rush into everything in such a god-darned hurry?
Because you told me to. I wasn't going to propose to Rosita until after the harvest. But, Senor Grandpa, you said, right away, right away, right away.
I've been giving advice all my life, and you got to be the first knothead to take it.
¿Cómo estás, mi palomita? ¿Cómo fue? Ah.
Grandpa, what you been doing?
Oh, milking. I shall get used to doing all the chores around here.
¿Tu tío que me quiere conocer? Pues,
Maybe something's gone wrong.
What are you so happy about? Even if Pepino don't get married and he stays on here, you've been saying he ain't much of a farmhand.
If people would just stop paying so much attention to what I say, we got a harvest coming up, and he's better than nothing.
hombre, pues, ¿qué es lo que quiere? Si a lo mejor no le caigo bien, si a lo mejor ni me quiere el viejo. Sí, que viene mañana. Mañana, aquí va. Y entonces, bueno, pues ni modo, ya, así le hacemos. Adiós. This Rosita's uncle, he sent her a telegram. He says, don't do anything until I get there tomorrow.
Oh, it looks like there might be trouble, eh?
It's nothing to worry about, Pepino.
Well, Uncle Lopez will not like me. I am sure of it.
Well, for gosh sakes, you ain't gonna marry Uncle Lopez.
Yeah, but we need his consent. It is the custom.
And it's a good custom, too.
Don't you worry, Pepino. Uncle Lopez is gonna like you just fine.
You really think so?
Hey, now, wait a minute. Uncle Lopez is an important man. Pepino done said so himself.
Well, what's that got to do with it?
Well, if you was him, would you want some stiffness, no-account farmhand marrying your niece? No offense, Pepino.
Pepino, don't you pay Grandpa no mind. Now, you're a good, hard-working man, and Rosita's a lucky girl.
That's right. Rosita could do a whole lot worse.
Yeah, if she looks long enough.
Thank you, my friends. You have given me back my confidence. I am not worried anymore. I am going to the barn right now. I want my home to be real clean when I receive Uncle Lopez tomorrow.
Oh, Now, wait a minute, Pepino. You're going to meet him right here in the living room.
And if you really want to make a good impression on him, I'll let you wear my new white shirt.
Oh, and maybe Grandpa will let you wear his red necktie.
My favorite tie?
Oh, come on, Grandpa. Be a sport.
Well, all right.
Thank you.
Yeah, but if you have Sunday dinner with us tomorrow, I want you to protect it now. I don't want none of this newfangled business of laying a napkin in your lap. I don't want to mention no names, but he's here to look over one of us that's sitting at this here table. I just hope this visitor don't get fooled by a lot of fancy clothes. Amen. Pass the biscuit, please, kid.
That's a peculiar kind of grace, Grandpa.
Well, that's the thing about graces. There's one to fit every occasion.
And if they don't fit, you got a way of twisting them till they do.
Now, Kate, I was just referring to what the Reverend Dunn said this morning. Shoemakers stick to your last and farmhands stick to your plow.
Well, I don't recall the Reverend saying that.
Well, if he didn't, he should have.
Why don't you have some pot roast?
Yeah, don't get no gravy all over that good tie of mine.
Oh, don't worry, Senor Grandpa. I am not eating anything.
What? You mean on account of Rosita's uncle?
Oh, no. It is, I'm so full of confidence, I have no room for the food.
If you're not going to eat, Pepino, at least have some coffee.
Yeah, it'll settle your nerves.
Well, who's nervous?
Chihuahua! He's here! You should never leave him use our best Chinese. There's no telling when the dime store will have that pattern again.
You are Pepino? I am Manuel Lopez, Rosita's uncle.
I am glad to see you. I am so clumsy. You please excuse me. Will you come in? I would like... These are my good friends, the McCoys.
Hello.
Mr. Lopez.
Oh, Senor Lopez, wouldn't you like to join us for some coffee?
I just did.
Well, if you gentlemen want to talk, you just go right ahead. Don't mind us.
We go out in the porch? Yes?
Yes.
Don't you think it's getting a little stuffy in here?
Nice weather we're having.
It's bad for my sinus.
Rosita tells me you came by car from Ensenada. I hope you had a good trip.
Until I drove over a hole in front of this house. I think I broke an axle.
You ain't making much of an impression on Mr. Lopez.
Oh, he's making an impression, all right. All bad.
If there was something we could do to help him.
Now, Kate, this is Pepito's business. It ain't up to us to interfere.
If a man wants something, he's got to go after it. He's got to talk up and say what's in his mind. He's got to have confidence.
Well, on the other hand, if a fella's going to speak, he better have something to say or they think he's a goddamn fool.
If a man loves a girl, he ought to come right out and say so. Or he'll be sorry all the rest of his life.
Senor Lopez, I love Rosita. I don't want to marry her.
Uno. My niece is no ordinary girl.
I know.
Dos. She's used to luxury. The man she marries must be a good provider.
But, Senor Lopez...
Tres. This was my best hat.
Let me fix it.
You're a fix it enough.
I could kill myself.
Splendid. Let's go.
No.
Hmm?
First, I must convince you that I am the man for Rosita.
Momento. Is your family from Ensenada?
Si, senor.
You are Garcia?
That is right.
I should have known. There has never been a Garcia who ever amounted to a row of frijoles. They are lazy, shiftless, good for nothing.
I admit that Mr. Lopez is a pretty shrewd judge of character.
I think it's terrible the way he's talking to Pepino.
How can I let my niece marry a man who is nothing, has nothing, and will always be nothing?
I resent that. I don't deny it, but I resent it.
Grandpa, I thought you was again Pepino. How come you to change your mind?
Well, it just ain't fitting to have some stranger come along and tell the truth about somebody so almost a member of the family. I don't think you should even get away with it.
You have the misfortune to have been born a Garcia, which means you are useless, no good, and other things not quite so flattering. But at least you have the honesty to admit it.
That was a great meal, Pepino, and I want to thank you for inviting us over to these fancy spreads every Sunday.
Me? Grandpa, what are you talking about?
Of course, we all know that it's your hired gal that fixes all them high-priced victuals, but then you're the one that pays for them, right, Pepino?
Sure you feeling all right?
Garcia has a servant?
Pepino, I noticed one of your cows is having a new calf.
He owns cows?
Oh, yeah, 5. 5 purebred jerseys, yeah. The milk's so rich you can't pour it, you just slice it. Well, I'm just telling Mr. Lopez here a few facts about your farm. Neighbor?
Yeah, you got a great farm here. And why not? Ain't you the smartest farmer in the whole Garden Valley?
Why didn't you tell me this magnificent estancia is yours, my good friend?
Well, I have only owned it for a short time.
Well, any girl would be proud to get Pepino for a husband. He's so kind and hardworking and honest.
Pepino, you are the kind of man I want for Rosita. If you find it in your heart to forgive my stupidity.
Uncle.
Nephew-in-law.
Does anybody see my model airplane? Oh, I remember. It's in Pepino's room in the barn.
Pepino sleeps in the barn.
Well, you see, them prize-winning cows, they're very delicate, you see. And a man can't be too careful. Why, Pepino bunks in the barn days on end just to watch over them.
Weeks, months. Sometimes I get the feeling I live there.
Hey, Pepino, when's the wedding going to be?
Well, if the groom were willing to dispense with a few formalities, say the trifling details of a dowry, the happy event could take place next week.
Oh, what's this here dowry?
Yeah, I never heard of that one.
He's nothing. He's just an old costume.
Oh, that's the money and the goods and things that the bride brings when she's going to marry a man.
Well, what do you know? That's like buying a saddle and getting the horse thrown in it.
Senor Grandpa, can I talk to you alone? Senor Grandpa, this dowry, it is very important.
Pepino, I'm ashamed of you. Here you're getting a pretty little girl, and you still ain't satisfied.
You do not understand. If he gives us the dowry, I don't have to work at the cannery. Rosita and I can stay here with you.
You could? And I don't have to give you no raise? Lead me to Mr. Lopez. When it comes to bargaining, catch as catch can. There ain't nobody ever took a fall out of Amos McCoy yet. Mr. Lopez, I'd like to talk to you about this dowry business. Sit yourself down.
Gracias.
Now, how's them things arranged?
Well, it's a matter between the two families.
Well, we're practical Pepino's family. What you got to offer?
Senor, this has been a terrible season. The frost ruined the crop, the cow dried up, the burro ran away, and what was left fell into the hands of the tax collectors.
Yeah, well, discounting the usual exaggerating of a farmer, I'd say you had a pretty good year.
Senor, I will make you a most generous offer, so long we don't have to stoop to petty haggling.
Yeah, well, I ain't for haggling myself. What you have in mind?
One fine, healthy pig.
Let's get back to petty haggling.
Senor McCoy, I am a poor, miserable peon. 2 pigs.
And a cow.
A cow?
And a mule in A1 condition, and a full set of harness, and a brass bedstead, and a feather tick, and an iron kettle.
Senor, you go too far.
Senor Grandpa, what are you doing to me?
You're busting up his romance.
Please, Grandpa, call Mr. Lopez back.
No iron kettle.
Well, and a goat, and 2 down-filled pillars, and a big frying pan.
No No plow, no goat. One pillow, a small frying pan.
A plow and a goat and the dealer's off.
A plow.
And a goat.
Tiene uno que va a ser demandado.
Well, did you show her everything?
Oh, yes, I showed her everything. The chicken house, the cow barn, the pigsty. And she liked everything.
¿Qué es lo que están diciendo?
Dice el señor que cómo te gustó todo.
Pues que yo nunca viviría en un lugar tan viejo y tan desastroso como este.
Well? She says the place take her breath away.
I know it would. A sweet gal, ain't she?
Oh, Pepino, did you show her the tool shed and tell her how we're going to fix it up for you?
Oh, yeah. That'll make a right nice love nest.
¿Y ahora qué están diciendo?
Dice el señor que van a cambiar el lugar de las herramientas para nuestro nido de amor.
Precisamente, nido. Pero esto es para los pájaros. Y este chivo viejo. Ya estoy hasta aquí con él y con este rancho.
Rosita got a sore throat, has she?
Sí, sore throat. Ese chivo viejo es mi amigo.
Yo no viviré aquí.
Pues usted vive donde yo diga.
Entonces no habrá matrimonio.
Pues no hay matrimonio, ya estuvo suave.
Te odio a ti y odio este rancho.
Oh, yo la odio a usted más y ahora mismo le voy a llegar al restaurante.
I wonder if something's wrong.
Pues yo no viviré aquí.
Oh, no.
Pues usted vive
You gotta
donde
know
yo
these
diga.
people. You see, instead of whispering
Pues
sweet
no hay
nothings,
matrimonio.
they yell them.
Ahorita luego te llevo al restaurante. Anda, y voy a comprar un plato de chile y te lo voy a poner en la
Te
cabeza.
odio, te odio, te odio.
Pues yo la odio a usted más, vieja. ¿Qué pasó y ese?
Ya vámonos.
Mendigo tío que tiene ya me cae muy gordo.
You love wonderful.